Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Ayola Duke of iCapture Studios, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to use the corrective dodge and burn and frequency separation to create a very nice evened out skin. That is for your skin retouch. And in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to create the actions I used and the set of brushes I'll be using also. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So welcome back everyone. Before we get right into it, we have to understand what dodge and burn technique actually as in how it works. It's very simple. You just have to dodge the very dark areas and we have to burn the very light areas. It's a very simple technique but requires a lot of practice. And if you are using a mouse, it might take a longer period of time than if you are using a Wacom tablet. The Wacom tablet makes it much more easier. They are very cheap Wacom graphics tablets you can get and just use for this technique. But if you are using a mouse, doesn't mean you can't still practice. If you use a mouse, you can still practice. It might just take longer time. And if you are using a trackpad, that is a system trackpad, I won't recommend this tutorial for you because it will be almost impossible for you to follow along. So without wasting much time, I'll show you guys. I already have my actions that I use here, but I'll show you guys for the sake of this tutorial about how to create your own actions and save your own actions and run them whenever you want to use them. So the first thing I'll do is, let me change this one to this. Yeah. So to create the action for dodging and burning, for corrective dodging and burning, is very simple. All you have to do is create a new folder here, rename the set. You can rename it dodge and burn or DB, anyone you feel like. Then click OK. Now we want to create the actual action. We've already created the set. Now we want to tell Photoshop, okay, record these actions I want to take so I can play them later and it will still give me the same results. How do we do that? You come to this new action here, click it, then rename the action. You can name it corrective dodge and burn, then click record. But if you want to put function keys, that is shortcuts, you can press and immediately the action will run out for you. You can fix it here and you can select any color you want here. Let's choose green for this, then click record. So now any action you create now will be recorded. Photoshop will automatically record it for you. Now the first thing I'll do is come to my adjustment panel here, create a curves adjustment, then slightly bring this curve up like that, and this will be my dodge. Now we want to hide this effect. Click on your mask, then Ctrl I to invert the mask. That is to hide the effects. Then we can manually paint in the effects later. Then change your blending mode to luminosity. Why are we changing our blending mode to luminosity? We don't want to affect the color. We only want to affect the light, and luminosity only affects light. So we just want to affect the light, hence why we change our blend mode to luminosity. Again, you create another adjustment layer, that is called adjustment layer, but this time we'll bring this down a little bit like that. Ctrl I to invert the mask, name this burn, then change the blend mode to luminosity too. You can group the two together, that is Ctrl G, then name this dodge and burn, or corrective dodge and burn, anyone you feel like. Boom. Then when you're done, you can just stop this, press this button to stop recording. So when you press this, automatically your action has been created. So if I just delete this and come here, click on my corrective dodge and burn and click play, it will automatically create my recorded action for me, like that. Yeah, like that. So we've created the corrective dodge and burn, but now I want to create a check layer that will enable me see exactly where to dodge and where to burn. And how do I do that? You can also create action for that too. So to create the action, press new. We can name this check layer. You can do the settings whatever it is you want and click record. So the first thing I'll do is come to my adjustment layer here, create a solid color adjustment, select a gray, it might be white, it might be black, but I like gray. So click OK. Then you can change this to color, so it will create a black and white image for you. Change the blend mode to color, so it will create color. So it should create a black and white image. Then to further give depth to this image, to further know, like add more contrast to this image, so you can know exactly where to dodge and where to burn. Simple. You just come to your adjustment layer here again, create brightness and contrast adjustment layer. You can just take your contrast up like so, increase your brightness also like that, like so is fine. There's no particular radius you have to select for this. It is until you feel okay, like at this point I can see exactly where to dodge and exactly where to burn. So if you're cool with that, you can just group these two together, then Ctrl G, then rename this check layer. Let me just use CL for that. Boom. So you can switch it off and switch it on whenever you want. Then when you're done, just click this. So if I should delete this too, let me delete this two layer. So I can just click on my corrective dodge and burn, play the action, it will play out. And I want my check layer also, I can just play it out, then it will play out, and I have this. So that is just how to create the actions. So let's just jump right into doing this. I'll delete this. Let me change it back to button mode. So the first thing I always do after doing my normal basic adjustments, I'll play my check layer, then adjust it to what I want. I think here is fine. I think here is okay. Yeah, like this is fine. Then I'll play my highlights like this. Now this is where the trick is. Once you pick your brush, make sure your flow is around 1 to 3%. Depends on the kind of image you're working with, and depends on the way your light setup is being done. But don't let it exceed 3 or 1. So you can just gently paint areas where you feel are too dark and where you feel they are too light. So we are doing the highlights first. That is, we are painting the areas that we feel are too dark like that. So I'll zoom in like this. Let me show you another trick to save you the stress of zooming in and zooming back. You can create another window for this image. Go to your window, arrange, new window for this image you're working on, then go to window again, arrange, to up vertical. So you have the close up one and you have the zoomed out version also. So whatever you do on this closed up area will also show up on this zoomed out picture. That way you save yourself the stress of zooming in and zooming out and to check where your progress is at. So let's just try and clean up some patches area here. So there's no particular algorithm to cleaning the image. It only depends on how well your light is being lit and how the skin of your model is. So I'm just painting in gradually on the areas that I feel are dark and need to be lightened up, like this area here. If you want me to create a more comprehensive video on using just dodge and burn to retouch, you can just comment in the section below, then I'll fix the time to record and put on the channel. That one will be more detailed. This is just like the introductory aspect. So let me switch off my check layer. Let me take this up here. So this is my before and this is the after. Before, after. If you look at this area, you see the skin is well evened out a little bit here. So this is the before, this is the after. So I think I'll just put my flow on 1, then continue this. Now I want to introduce my shadows. That is my burn. So I'll click on the action, then it should come up. So I feel I can see some areas that are feeling too bright that I just want to tone down, like this area here. Turn on my check layer. So this technique requires a lot of practice. It doesn't just come once like that, and you have to train your eyes to know where to dodge and where to burn. You have to train your eyes to see the imperfections in the skin. So let me group these two together so we can see the before and the after. Switch off this layer. So this is the before and this is the after. Amazing results. My skin texture is still being retained and I'm just only manipulating the light on the subject like that. So I will fasten this process up a little bit so I won't have to bore you, but hopefully in the next video, that is the more comprehensive video of using the jambon, I will calm down and show you guys much more better. So stick around, please. Alright, so welcome back guys. Now I'm done with the corrective dodge and burn. Let me just name this layer. Yeah, so I'm done with my corrective dodge and burn. I'll delete this check layer because I won't be needing it anymore. So let me zoom this out. Yeah, so this is our before, this is our after. Major difference, like wow. I can just leave this image like this without doing FS save and just continue with the normal edit. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will do the frequency separation on it also. So now we've prepared the image, we've prepared the picture down for frequency separation. Now when we run our frequency separation action and do the mixer brush, whatever, skin smoothing, whatever, we just do minimal job and still retain high texture instead of doing the frequency separation alone and losing a lot of textures. So now we can consolidate this tab. Go into Windows, arrange, then consolidate all into tabs. Then you can delete this tab. So for frequency separation, I have this plugin. There's this Beauty Retouch plugin that I use mostly. I will recommend this plugin for all retouchers. If you are a pro retoucher, then you definitely need to get this plugin. So for this image, I'm working on the 16-bit image, so I will definitely need to run the 16-bit frequency separation. I'll just click on this, then it will create the action for me. Now to select the radius I'll be using for this, I want to choose a radius where all the textures are well hidden, but I still know this is the eyes, the shape, this is the shape of the nose and the mouth. So I think around 8 should do, or let's go 10ish. Let's go 10ish. Yeah, I think this should do. Then click OK. Then wait for it to play out. Alright, so I have my action here now. What I'll do is just delete this correcting tones because I definitely won't be needing this. I will duplicate this low frequency layer just for corrective or corrections. In case I make mistake, I can just delete the layer instead of going all over and restarting and rerunning the action all over again. So I'll just Ctrl J to duplicate the low frequency layer, press Alt and bring your cursor to the middle of these two layers to clip the top layer on this low layer. So this way, even when I make any mistake like this, alright, sorry, let me increase the flow of the brush like so. Like this. Let's say I make the mistake like this. Now I want to delete this and I don't want to rerun the action again. I can just backspace this, delete that layer, Ctrl J again, then clip this in again and continue my work. So that's been done. Most of us definitely know how frequency separation works now. You have to blend the transition between the highlights and the shadows to create a more even skin tone. So without wasting much time, I'll just skip this process also for you guys so I won't have to bore you. Please stick around while I do this. And one tip, you don't want to be all zoomed in like this while doing your frequency separation. This way you will know whether you've overdone this or you've not done anything at all. It's always better to keep your image at the base zoom, that is 0% of how it is, or you can zoom out a little bit so you can know exactly how this image is going to be when you put it on your phone or when you upload on social media. So that is just one trick. Alright, so welcome back everyone. Now I'm done with my frequency separation, so you can see the before and the after. Just minor difference. All I did was just smoothing the transitions between my highlights and the shadows. I don't have to do anything major with the frequency separation. I did not overpaint, and I can still see enough texture. I still retained enough texture to keep this image alive. So that is how I do my skin retouch using the Corrective Belgian bond and the FS 16-bit or whatever bit of image you're using. So this is where we started from. This is the before, this is after Corrective Belgian bond, and this is after FS. It just makes everything more simpler and more accurate. So thank you for staying till the end of this tutorial. If you have any other aspect of retouching you want me to cover, be it behind the scenes or any aspect of photography you want me to cover, please comment in the comment section below. I will get back to you and see what I can do on it. So if this tutorial has helped you in any way, please share, subscribe, smash the like button. Until next week when I'll be dropping another tutorial, stay safe, keep creating. Peace.